What is up, everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on Robert Downey Jr.'s casting as Doctor Doom in the MCU. This is obviously weeks after the announcement was made, but I had my thoughts kind of developing and trying to make this as fleshed out as possible to share with everyone. So these are my in-depth thoughts on the casting, because Doom is my favorite Marvel villain, and I look forward to seeing what your thoughts on the casting are as well. Before I get started though, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Now let's get to it. Alright, so as I mentioned, I have been letting my thoughts develop on this because this is a topic that I am very invested in because Doom is my favorite Marvel villain, and obviously this is huge news for the MCU. Some aspects of this have grown on me, some I'm still concerned about, and I'll get into those more specifically. So Doctor Doom will be the villain in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. I'm going to go through the pros and cons of this casting, and just to get this out of the way, these are my personal opinions. Anyone else can have their own opinion, but these are my pros and cons for this casting. So for the pros, Robert Downey Jr. is a fantastic actor. Obviously, he portrayed Iron Man in the MCU for 11 years. He's done amazing work outside of the MCU, like in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Zodiac, and of course Oppenheimer, where he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. He can definitely be a great Doom. He has the drive to be a big presence in the role, and he can bring a unique approach to the character. He has certain mannerisms that he usually has in his roles and just as a person as well, so I'm very interested to see if he'll bring those into the character or if he'll make it his own thing and leave the mannerisms behind, if you know what I mean. Another pro is the direction from Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers. Doom is obviously a very important Marvel villain. He's probably the most important out of all of their villains. Feige and the Russos should definitely have a clear plan in place that honors the character, pleases fans, and lives up to the hype. They've got to have a solid plan in place if they want this to be pulled off properly. Secret Wars is the Russos' favorite comic. They mentioned this at San Diego Comic-Con, that Secret Wars was one that they grew up reading and that they're huge fans of. This means they should bring all aspects of the character that fans love. They need attention, care, and detail into crafting him as a massive threat. So to get into some cons or concerns I have, this is where things might get more, opinion based instead of, objectively based. Take these all as you will, that these are my opinions. Feel free to share yours on it, but these are my opinions for some concerns I have. So my first one is that he's going to be extremely rushed in development. I've gone over this before with others. Some agree with me, some don't. Doom is most definitely going to be rushed. He's a character that deserves to be built up over multiple projects. Currently, he might only have 3 years of development in the MCU. 2 of those are Avengers films, and he won't have a lot of development before throwing him into Doomsday. Will he be in Fantastic Four? If so, it'll probably be a small role, but they have to introduce him sooner than later. You can make the argument that Thanos had the same time that Doom will have. That's true, he was the main villain of the Infinity Saga, but there's an other beloved villain that was built up over multiple projects. Loki. He was the villain in Thor, he was the villain in the Avengers, and then he had multiple appearances after that as an anti-hero slowly transitioning into a hero. But he's a character that had multiple appearances that was causing trouble for the heroes for quite some time. So Doom should be done very similar to how Loki was done, except he's a villain the entire time. Give him multiple appearances as a villain, in the background maybe pulling strings, and build him up as an even bigger threat than Thanos was. My next concern is this a desperate move? Robert Downey Jr. is beloved by fans of the MCU. He's definitely going to put butts in seats. The franchise definitely needs a boost, but is this the best way to do it? Let me know what you think down below. Another concern is that this could tarnish Tony Stark's sacrifice in Avengers Endgame. This is a concern that multiple people have, but that moment was such a monumental moment in the MCU. Will his return tarnish that scene? Maybe yes, maybe not, we don't know, but it all comes down to the execution. So overall, this could be awesome, it could be terrible, but personally, I trust the Russos and Kevin Feige to adapt the character in a faithful way. Hopefully he's not the only Doom that we'll get in the MCU. I can't see why he would be the only one with how popular the villain is and how many different stories you could do. Obviously, right now they're just focusing on Secret Wars with Doom, but there's so many other stories that he could be involved in, and hopefully they bring in another actor to play another version of Doom that will be around for much longer than Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom will be. I'm still cautious on the execution. It's the biggest worry of mine. It all comes down to execution. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you thought down below, and I will see you all in another video. Thank you for watching.